Well, hey Sag, how are my centaur friends? I think of you always as, you're mutable. That mix of horse and human, of your animal and your human nature one, depends on your preference. If you think of your animal nature as your highest self, that makes sense to me. But yeah, that tension between your higher and lower selves at play in your makeup, Sagittarius. Fiery, funny, heart forth people that you are, adventurers, travelers. Let's see what's going on with you. Where are your adventures taking you right now? I'm going to start with the Oracle. We'll pull the top card and look at what's on the bottom, and then we will see what the tarot has to say to you about some hope or goal that you have. All right, so we'll start here, get into all the information and the nitty-gritty as we go along. Beautiful. So the overarching feeling here from the Oracle is that of kindred, of being with finding your kindred spirits out there. Wonderful. Kindred, Sag. Let's see. What does it say here? The closest of friends that reflect your goodness and values, those you trust with your all, and let you be you. A reminder to give those relationships time and space in your life. This makes me think of a Four of Wands, like the people that you just get to be yourself with. It seems like I'm not centered in this screen, so okay, anyway. What's on the bottom here? Finding your kindred spirit. Also, union. This seems to just be a one-on-one kind of vibe. Let's see. Actually, I haven't pulled that card yet. Coming together as one, finding harmony and deep connection. Love, partnership, cherish what you have. Yeah, this is so very much about your people, your community, your soul people, your heart people, as one of my Sagittarian friends calls her people, her heart people. I think of that very much here. And in kindred, you're under the sun, which is making me think of your fiery Sagittarian, sunny disposition. But there's also definitely that union, some kind of partnership relationship. All right, well, we're going to ask the Tarot of Sexual Magic to tell us some more about what's happening here. So Venus and Mars are coming together in conjunction. They are the lovers in the sky, and they have just been learning a lot, and now they're coming together. So we're going to see what they want to tell you about what's happening in your life, Sagittarius. So we're going to begin with some kind of hope or dream or goal of yours. So we're going to pull a card and see what you're hoping for. The Five of Cups. Okay. Five of Cups. This is coming through to me as you're hoping for someone to recognize your love offer. It's Five of Cups is really about disappointment. But in this reading, I just feel like you're more so this person that you're encountering is focused on the past and their regret and their losses. And you're like offering them what's he offering her? Like a bouquet. And they're just so caught up in what they don't have. So there's 3 cups spilled, and then here's a 2 of cups. And I feel like you were offering and wishing to be recognized for this offer. You want somebody to see that you are, their match. Reversing energies would mean that you want to turn away from what you don't have towards what you can have ahead. So, which is it's the transformation that comes in a Five of Cups. It's a passageway from focusing on losses and into what the future offers. And you really do have a choice in a Five of Cups from like, woe is me, what I don't have, to, wow, look at what lies ahead. If I got what I wanted then, I wouldn't have this. So that's where you're at in your hope and wish. Either you want someone to recognize you, or you're getting ready to shift your focus ahead. Okay, what does Venus want you to know? Four of Pentacles. Again, this is talking to me. So Four of Pentacles is very much about control. And it's interesting because this woman is asleep. And again, you're coming through to me as this person who is making love to an unconscious person. I mean, I got this card in another reading, Cancer, and a Cancer reading, and I was like really disturbed because it was it was just completely disturbing. I was sick to my stomach. But now I'm seeing like your person, there's somebody who's unconscious that you're offering yourself to this unconscious person. And Venus wants you to know that, or to see that if you don't already. It seems like you're aware of this because your wish is very similar. It's in alignment with what Venus sees here. Mars wants you to look at death, transformation. This looks like rising from the ashes of this change, major change. And I'm seeing in the background, like, this is what you want. You want this sweetness. There she is lying in the crook of his arm. Mars says, and this is, Mars rules Scorpio, and this is a Scorpio card, as is the Five of Cups, which is your wish. That if you want transformation, death, you must put what was to death. It reiterates the Five of Cups. Put it down and look ahead to what's new. That seems like what Mars says. He's just like, there's a sweetness ahead, but in order to get there, you must end and get over this person that was just really unconscious of you. Okay, what's hidden and what the tarot wants you to know is hidden from you is the Hanged Man. This is about changing your perspective. You're lying there upside down. Again, you're coming through to me not as the woman, but as this feller. He's looking at her from a new angle. That's very like death does this. Like, oh, I'm looking at it this way, but if I hang upside down for a while, then I see her this way, or them this way. And you have to stay there as long as you have to stay there. So that may be what the tarot wants you to know. Like, no shame being stuck on the past and not having trouble burning it all down and rising from it with death, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Because the Hanged Man, it's really out of your control how long you need to hang and be stuck until you get that new perspective. And the future outcome is Six of Wands, victory. Also looks like a nice little spanking for you, my dear. She is awake now. Sorry, it cracks me up. Yeah, she woke up. Victory in the future. And she likes you now. Whoever she is, or she's somebody new, we'll see. Wow. Union is coming through here. And also people that you could be yourself with. You may be focused on this love thing, and don't forget your heart people, your larger kindred people, that those relationships are important too. I don't know, Sag, if you have trouble remembering that. It doesn't seem like it to me from the Sag people I know. They're very good friends, Sagittarians. Really show up with, you're just generous hearted people. So, we'll find out more about that kindred. Maybe it's just reminding you that love comes in many ways. So you don't have to be stuck on this unconscious person, because there's somebody ahead who's very awake. Like spanking doesn't feel good if you're not like into it. It's just awful. But when somebody is really fully conscious, awake, and full of desire, spanking's fun. It doesn't hurt. It's not awkward. It's hot. So that's what the future is. That's what victory looks like here ahead. I love that. Thank you, Tarot of Sexual Magic. And oh wow, okay. So on the bottom of the deck, yes, we get the Knave of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, again, like very hot, awake energy here. The Page of Wands is definitely like passionate, youthful, kind of unusual, foreign, other, queer. There's a queerness here, Sag. And by queer, I mean they don't represent the norms. Like they're not like your vanilla white guy or girl. They're rebels. They're fun. They use their willpower and their passion. I mean, this could be you. Knave of Wands. Wands is fire. You're a fire sign, Sag. You don't have to be like gay to be queer. Like queer is looking at structures from outside. Like it's usually read as foreign. I like to read it as queer. It's kind of a bigger way of seeing structures from the outside with a kind of beginner's curiosity and excitement. So that's you getting to be like super spicy and interesting, and somebody like, yeah, it's getting that from you. I feel like you deserve that. And then the Eight of Cups reiterates like leaving what's not fulfilling behind for something that is fulfilling. And I actually see the old thing, right? Like Miss Unconscious that doesn't get, like, look at this gorgeous hunk that she's with. Play with gender, like she's bored, And I'm like, Sagittarius, you're capable of this. You're like, there's someone who's like, yeah, spank me in your future. Don't waste your time with the unconscious one. So I'm finding, and perhaps this is my Scorpio ruled by Mars, like in these readings, Mars and I are in alignment. We agree with, end it, get over, move on, rise with your full power and your gorgeousness. If you like Scorpios, I highly recommend Sassy Scorpion. But she always says something like, there you are, bold and beautiful. And so there you are, Sagittarius, bold and beautiful. Forget this sleepyhead, this unconscious person, right? And I don't read upside down cards on the bottom, but I'm going to read this one upside down. One of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, leave the one that's asleep. Just leave it. Just let that go. Boring. You have so much fire. And you're so bold and beautiful, Sag. Move on. You got something really hot ahead. So let's clarify. Perhaps this is more here than about your sex life, your love life. We're going to use the Spirit Song Tarot. It's got lots of animals, which without thinking, I just knew was for you, Sag. And I think it's because you are that mix of human and animal, half horse, half person. Also with that big, broad chest. Okay. a big-heartedness. Alrighty, Sag. So what about this Five of Cups? This is your wish. Balance, harmony, temperance, the zebra. Temperance is, yeah, finding that right mix. You can see the black and white thinking here. And you just, instead of staying in the black and white, and usually we'll see like the angel mixing water from one cup to the other until you get the right alchemy here. Balance and harmony when you've clearly been in a one-sided thing. The moon, imagination and perception, the owl. The moon is the unknown, the intuitive. It's also suggests, because there's a lot of transformative energy here. It suggests you taking the time with divine support to go on the moon journey. And you can see, if you're the owl here, you can see in the night, you hunt at night, you're comfortable at night. Scorpio is. And you have you're having a lot of Mars support for going on a brave journey here. You're willing maybe to face the moon, which is, and here is the Five of Acorns, challenge and growth. Yeah. Very powerful, often about chaos and competition. So you're kind of willing to let go of order and what you know. It's another 5, so we're clarifying this 5 of Cups with another 5. And I like Jodorowsky's interpretation of 5s as passages. They're uncomfortable places. But in order to grow, we sometimes just need to go like this with what we know. This temperance, this zebra is making me think about the black and white thinking, let it go. And the moon journey, this owl is just wake up, look into your darkness here, my friend. So you have some work that you're actually willing to do to get uncomfortable in order to change your perception of what's seems to be not that you've been taken for granted somehow. Because of the tarot of sexual magic, we were looking at a relationship, but it could be some other area of your life where you felt unseen, unrecognized, taken for granted. There can be lots of places like work where that happens. And you're actually willing to look into yourself and to challenge yourself and grow, which I think is very wise of you. Very wise and brave. Okay, so let's see what Venus wants you to know about the Four of Pentacles, which is coming through as, you're not being recognized, you're being taken for granted. She's just unconscious. And the Four of Pentacles is about maybe sometimes being a little bit too controlling, maybe pushing something that's just not there. It could be a very strong position, but it's not coming through from Venus here as strong. It looks like, let's see, what else does Venus want you to know? 2 of Feathers. Make a decision, find a direction here. So it's a gecko. Do you want, so whatever direction you choose will change, you'll change you. Venus says, make a decision. She says, you are the Empress. You are the most beautiful, most abundant, proud rabbit here. Is there another choice? The Page of Feathers. This is the Page of Swords. Exploration and discovery. A little raccoon. So there's feathers here. This is air, intellect. And then there's the very earthy Empress, who could be Venus, or it could be you. Like your supportive, nurturing, wonderful qualities, that heart-based Sagittarian way of being. The Two of Feathers says there's an intellectual, a choice that's in your mind, philosophical, it's an idea. And the Page of Feathers does a lot of research. But what I'm getting here is like this little raccoon is it's dealing with, like, it looks bummed out. It's like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, that's the truth. There's like a coming to terms with the truth here. And the truth is you're amazing, right? You're the Empress. Venus says, I don't care how hot she is, like, she's unconscious. They're not seeing you here. And on her journey, Venus has had conversations that tend to go to liberating her from relationships that don't work, and her knowing her worth. Like the Empress is one of the knowing your worth characters in the tarot. I mean, the Empress is like the Queen of Queens. So, but it's hard to know this. That's what I see you moving between. I know I'm amazing, but really, is it true? Is it true? It's a hard truth that this little Page of Feathers is facing. And so Venus is saying, choose your Empress. Because staying in the Page of Feathers, it's almost like the devil. Like, it's feeling like that. It feels, when I look at that raccoon's face, like, I feel sick to my stomach. Like, it feels like some shame here. So it's an easy choice. It's an easy decision or direction to take from the outside. It feels really yucky when you choose to, like, Page of Feathers might be like looking around on social media or some kind of finding out information that making you sick to your stomach. That's specific. Take or leave that. All right, so Mars wants you to know death. Okay, so Mars is like, burn it all down, rise from the ashes, Sagittarius. That's what I think. Let's see more. Okay, 6 of Acorns. This is victory. This is the future. This is success. What does it say? Success and triumph. Fiery. I love this. Look at you. This is you rising from the ashes here. Seems very you. 6 of Acorns. That must be one of your cards. I don't know. Like, I know the Scorpio cards, like, because I'm a Scorpio, so. But then I am getting to know, I know enough to start assigning some of the smaller cards, but maybe I could get into some good social media debates about that. 4 of Shells. Soul searching. Reevaluation. So this is definitely an emotional piece to this. You can see this quiet of the egret, and the 4 of Shells is like a 4 of Cups. It's very much like the experience of loss, of regret, of what you don't have, until you see that you actually are being offered something new. And finally, the King of Shells, harmony and integrity. Oh, it's a little seahorse for the King of Shells. It's King of Cups, that emotionally mature, deep, quiet, deep heart, true-hearted heart person. It feels like you, I think because of the horse, because you're part horse, Sag. Yeah. And again, like, oh, there's 3 Scorpio cards here. Like, if we get the Tower, then we're all here. So this is just that Mars energy of transformation, of becoming your best self, and that this is just victory over loss and focusing on losses that leads you to this high emotional self. Like, I kind of think of the kings, like King of Wands, but the King of Shells and the King of Swords, I feel like there's sorrow that they have from their journey. Like they've seen it and they've felt it, but then they use that pain. Like I think of the King of Swords as an intellectual, philosophical king, is like learning from the violence of enacting the mind in the world of war, learning from war. Whereas the King of Shells has lived an emotional life with heartbreak, loss, disappointment, unfulfillment, and has walked through that towards fulfillment, towards total wish fulfillment, and emotional maturity, where they're just very comfortable in their hearts. And so I see this, Mars is saying, yeah, I'm recommending death here. Venus agrees. No, you're the Empress. She's like, focus on you, your worth, your amazingness, instead of looking back and on what is just so painful to know about that person that was unconscious, that didn't see that you were the Empress. So I think you can get into a trap of like, I'm the Empress, they should see that. And I've been in this trap before. They should see I'm the Empress. They're going to see it, and then they're going to fall in love with me. And you can really get stuck there for a long time. And that's what the tarot wants you to see. Like, Hangman, you're going to be stuck in insisting on this Four of Shells here that is under death. You can get stuck there until you quit looking back, until you look onward towards this victory that comes from just succumbing to transformation that is represented by the Death card. Transforming into that King of Shells. Okay, let's clarify that. More about the Hanged Man, Sag. King of Wands, King of Acorns. There you are again, my dear. Look at you. Optimism, innovation, very much in your power. Very magical, powerful image of this horse here. It's just like dynamite. Talk about victory. All that strength, all that will, all that heart. That's the King of Acorns. In addition, a Five of Feathers, strategy and resilience. So it's a very dual experience here. There's also this little armadillo who's representing the Five of Feathers, or which is the Five of Swords, which is really like the headache card. The card of self-harm is how I think of it from the Tarot of the Wild Unknown. It defines the Five of Feathers as like, I won, but do I like how I went about winning? That's part of what's happening here. Oh, okay. What else? Let me pull the third card here. The Two of Shells. There they are. Little Two of Cups here. Love. So this is a perspective shift. Hangman, you're changing your perspective. There is some kind of victory that's coming through, because yeah, I see that Six of Acorns is under death here, under the Tarot wants you to know. So there's victory, and I see that coming forward with the King of Acorns, but it's mixed. It's a mixed review of that victory, because it looks like you're looking at, did I do it in a way that lost me a Two of Cups? Ugh, this is such a trap, my friend. Wow. It's making me think of suddenly of a particular friend. But it could be anybody going through being in a like shitty situation where you're taken for granted and you're struggling to heal from this. And so you're like in and out of your power, out of your Empress, out of victory, out of the King of Acorns. You're in and out of like, hey, I should be recognized. I should be loved. Look at me, I'm amazing. When you get there, then what you think is, hey, maybe they'll see that. And then that's the trap. But the further part of this trap is, wait a minute, is it my fault? Did I do it? Did I have a 2 of Cups? And then I 5 of Feathers, I did it wrong and I fucked it up? Like, I don't think so. This is not what love looks like. Whoever you identify with in this, making love to an unconscious person, offering your heart to somebody who's like caught up in some other thing, like that's not a 2 of Cups. That is not your fault, right? This is not your fault. This is an unsatisfying, unfulfilling 8 of Cups situation. This is what a 2 of Cups looks like. Hot. This is hot. This is your victory. 6 of Wands. That's what victory looks like. That is what you deserve, Sagittarius. So if this is your workplace, doesn't get how incredible you are, and they didn't like promote you or give you tenure or something, that's not your fault. What you have power over is like death. Death is actually our decision. The Tower is not. The Tower is, I didn't do the decision, so therefore it happens. I tried to keep something that was just built on a crumbling foundation together, and it came down. Death is, there's an inevitability about it, and it's represented here by the hourglass. But death is also like, bring it. I'm walking through this fire. I am going to rise from this ash. I'm not going to let this take me out. I'm not going to commit suicide over this. I am moving forward with will, with fire, here it's acorns. I'm moving forward, and I am magnificent as I do that. That's how I think of death. And this is a truly magnificent death. I mean, she's a freaking Amazon. She's got a little bow and arrow. Little love death. Okay. This is what a 2 of Cups looks like. Look at the sweet mutual, little love birds. So justice, equality, mirroring. I recognize you, you recognize me. It doesn't have to be sexual, romantic stuff here. It could be in any area of your life where, because we're talking about your kindred, the people that get you, and we're talking about union with another in a very significant primary relationship. So this can be any area of your life where you find a soul connection, recognition for who you are. Okay, so victory. Victory. The spanking, and you like it. You dirty girl. When it's so amazing when somebody really gets and wants you. Yeah. You'll know it. And you can't screw it up if it isn't there. You also know when they're just not into it. So, future. What's this? 6 of Wands. Oops. 7 of Wands. Integrity. It's like a little, I'm not sure what kind of little weaselly animal that is. 7 of Wands. This is resistance, fire. It's very like, I have integrity. I have will, I am defending. I feel a little bit embattled. Maybe other people have opinions about my path. The Page of Crystals. Oh, a little 3D foxy offer. Page of Crystals. It's a Pentacles. Earth. And Eight of Shells. Quest. Renewal. This is the Eight of Cups, which is on the bottom. It's one of the underlying cards here. This is the Eight of Cups. So it looks like ahead, on your way to this victory, it looks like you might be moving or going somewhere else, or that's that Page of Crystals, Page of Pentacles. It's like a new 3D offer, a new beginning. Somebody's got a real offer for you. You're still on a quest for fulfillment. Perhaps this Page of Crystals is like a new possible beginning. Yeah, in the future, I still see you still in this process of transformation, of following Mars' advice and Venus's advice. Like, know your worth. She's seeing that you're torn between looking back and watching and finding information that's just sickening, and like looking forward and knowing you're the Empress. Then Mars is like, burn it down, start new. The Tarot's like, you need to change your perspective on what love looks like, what a Two of Cups looks like. You're victorious. Don't take too much responsibility for what was not working. That's a trap. There's a lot of traps here that the planets and the cards want you to think about. So in the future, you're still actually pursuing victory on a quest that is a quest of renewal. And you have integrity. And you have like this Page of Crystals. Like, I think this is you. Like, foxy, practical, in the 3D realm, just going forward. And I'm sorry, because sometimes it's like, when am I going to be done with this loss? Don't forget your people, your heart people, your kindred. I think union is perhaps distracting you. This failed union is what it looks like from being present with your people. So that since there's so much unconscious energy here, make sure that you are conscious in this. Yeah. So I hope that helps you, Sagittarius. At this point, I would just start repeating myself on the bottom of the deck. Did I already do that? Well, there's 2 cards on the bottom of the deck. I did not. Very powerful. Your capacity. The Emperor, you've appeared as the Empress already. So there's an Emperor, there's your match. There's somebody as magnificent as you, and strength. They're both very, this is a heart, this is the loving way of rising to your highest self, right? And if you do that, then you don't have this 5 of Feathers question. Did I win at too high of a price? So strength combats all those little devil doubts that, because you're just coming from your best self. And with focus, stability, courage, endurance, it looks like you're still going through a significant process of coming to terms, ending, and moving forward victorious towards what you really deserve, which is like someone as awesome as you, and if not somebody, that you get you. I think that's on the way to meeting a person, is knowing that first, like, I'm the person for me. I get and love, and I fill that giant hole of approval and love in myself because I've done this work here. All right. That's it, Sag. I hope you have a beautiful day.